A while back, I read a comment on this channel by a very regular viewer, a dedicated viewer of us, and his comment was pretty much, hey, during the dry season when there's not that much anime to review, pretty much when anime are coming out, and there's no real point to reviewing them because they're not finished, he said, why don't you review older anime, as in anime shows or anime movies? I really did take this to heart, and I did think about it a little bit, and I thought, hey, you know what, this would be a great idea. And this would be a good idea to recommend you guys some anime and people out there who really aren't into anime that much. So when I thought about this idea, I got really excited, so I decided to do my first episode of, well, this isn't an episode, it's just a review of an old anime. Not that old, a 2009 anime. And the first one really I wanted to start off with was a movie from 2009 that really has inspired me, and it's one of my all-time favorites, and that one is Redline. There are a lot of critics out there, including myself at times, that say that style in a movie with no substance does not make a movie good. But there are rare occasions where the style of a movie is the substance, and that case for me is Redline. Redline is one of the most beautifully animated movies I've ever seen. Not only is it drop-dead gorgeous, but it is just a masterpiece of animation. Not only is it extremely stylized, beautifully smooth artwork, it's just a marvel with all, it's just a huge marvel with all this crazy stuff happening in the background with all these different racing techniques and everything, and then you have this amazing music that just really hypes you up and really just boils your blood because you're so excited to watch this film. So what's the story of the movie? Well, it's kind of very simple. The story in this movie is kind of non-existent in the way where there's not much story, there's not enough plot to really get in the way of the movie. The story is pretty much about a racer by the name of JP, who's a racer, and he ends up getting in the Redline finals, which is an elimination race. And the Redline they announce that they're going to have the race on this place called Robo World, on the military base. And then, of course, the people of Robo World on the military side, they get mad at this because they don't want a race on their secret base, because this will be shown to the whole galaxy and it will give away secrets. And it will also give away that they are making a bioweapon that is illegal according to the peace treaty that they signed. Now you might be asking me, what is that peace treaty that they signed? I have no idea. What's Robo World? It's the Robo World. Bioweapon, military base, Redline, racing, JP. Who are these people? Well, the story doesn't explain who anybody really is. It gets a little bit of backstory with JP and Frisbee, who is his mechanic, and Snonoshi McLaren. But for the most part, you don't really get to know anybody. You just kind of see who they are, you see their personality, and they just really shine. And they're just dripping with personality and just their style, and it's so unique. And I think that's the thing to take away from this movie, the style. The style is incredible. And this is one of the movies, like I said in the beginning, style is the substance in this case, and it's not a bad thing. In fact, this movie was critically praised by everybody and earned over 3 billion yen, which is $30 million. So it did very good, both in Japan and overseas, and you can really tell why. The animation is so gorgeous, and it's such a marvel, a testament to how good animation can be, 2D animation. This movie has over 200,000 frames in it. And when you clock in the amount of time, the runtime of the movie, that would equal 13 frames per second. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that is very impressive for an anime, and you can really tell. Now, this isn't an anime that's particularly, not good looking. Everything looks amazing. So on top of having something that looks drop dead gorgeous and it's smooth, it's very rare that you actually see this. Now, there are tons of anime films out there that I really love as well, and I think are really good, but I always find myself coming back to Redline and rewatching it because it's so exhilarating. It just gets me pumped with the music and the animation and the story. Yes, it's simple. Yes, it's nothing special, but it's a very fun, engaging story. And JP and Frisbee, they're just likable characters. The movie was directed by Koiki Takeshi, and he really did a great job. I'm sure he won an award for this movie. He did, and he did a phenomenal job directing everybody. This took 7 years to make, and I think just watching the footage I have in the background, you could probably tell that this is not an ordinary film that you'll just see come out. The movie starred such actors as Kimura Takeuya as JP, Aoi Yu as Sunshi McLaren, just to name a few. I think these two in particular are probably the standout characters. They are the ones that you like the most in the movie, and they are fun. They're very likable. I love this film and how the characters are portrayed. It's a very 50s style kind of film, and I really like it. I love the racing aspect of it, and honestly, this movie is just really good, and I don't really know what more to say than this movie is excellent. But this does bring up a point that I've always said for years. One of the reasons why I don't particularly like Disney films anymore is because they always have 3D animation, which I'm not saying it's easy to do, but there is something lost when you go 3D, all 3D. I don't know, something about 2D animation has always struck a chord with me in a good way, just like it's always pleasant to look at and always beautiful. And unfortunately, I don't know what they're trying to do with this whole, oh yeah, 3D animation is the future, so what's the goal? To get rid of 2D animation? Like, no, I don't want to see 2D animation be a dying art form, because it truly is an art form that I'm crazy about. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I love anime, because it still does 2D animation. The bottom line about Redline is just, it's an excellent movie. Yes, it's not Akira. Yes, it's not Wolf Children. Yes, it's not a billion other movies out there. And yes, I don't love this more than, say, Heaven's Feel, but it's not supposed to compete with those movies. It's supposed to get you pumped. It's supposed to get you excited. And you could just tell by looking at it. The music's amazing and the animation is amazing. Both of those things combined is what makes this movie an excellent film for me, and what makes it an absolute recommendation for me. I really have watched this movie so many times, I've lost count, because every time I watch it, there's something new I see. I enjoy it even more than the last. And this is one of those movies you just need to watch in the best quality possible. What more could I say about Redline? There's really not much to talk about. Well, actually, there's a lot to talk about, but this is more of just a small review for that one viewer that asked for it. This is a movie that I don't just recommend to anime fans to watch it, but I recommend to non-fans of anime to check it out as well. Because this could be a good gateway into anime, to the world of anime for some people, and I know people that I've recommended this to before have also really, really enjoyed it. This is no thought-provoking movie where you have to really read deep into the meanings. No, it's a very simple, straightforward story, nothing complicated. But the beauty behind it is the animation. It is the music. It's the style that it's portraying, the 50s style with sci-fi, cyberpunk. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite films of all time. If I had to give it a rating, I'd have to give it a solid 10 out of 10. I do think this movie is amazing. I think it's legendary. I don't think it's a perfect film. Like I said, there are problems with it. But the style is substance in this case, and that trumps all of it. For this video, I give this a complete recommendation, and I recommend everybody check this out. You can watch this on any platform, really, and you can just buy it if you really want. It's not hard to get a hold of. So please, everybody, consider watching Redline. And yes, I will be doing more anime reviews like this in the future. I just need to think of a few, or maybe some of you could recommend some. And then, of course, we got the anime that are coming out that I will review also. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. The support I've been getting from every one of you viewers has been really, really awesome. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We hit 1.1 thousand subscribers. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys enjoy the content, and I hope it is to your liking. As always, I'll see you next time on one for a review, and as always, have a nice day.